So this is the first lecture on the concepts that I've mentioned and that you've written about at the beginning of the course. This particular one is covering the concept of action. So let's begin with Aristotle's description of tragedy as he saw it in the 5th century BCE. Quote, "A tragedy then is the imitation of an action that is serious and also as having magnitude, complete in itself, in language with pleasurable accessories, each kind brought in separately in the parts of the work, in a dramatic, not in a narrative form, with incidents arousing pity and fear, wherewith to accomplish its catharsis of such emotions." Notice the imitation of action bit. There's two important points to consider here. Imitation is important because it alerts us to the fact that we are dealing with an imitative response to the real world. It is important to remember that mimesis is powerful because it is connected to reality. We often devalue fiction because we consider it artificial, but we should always be mindful of the fact that mimesis is a reflection of the real. The second word, and most important for our discussion here, is action. Action in this context refers to the thing being done that propels the story forward. It is the thing that is done. Hamlet eventually avenges his father's murder. Oedipus rids Thebes of its cursed entity. But action exists not only at the whole story level, it is, in fact, an aggregate of much smaller acts committed by all major characters, creating a complex mixture of actions, often competitive by nature, leading to the ultimate action of the whole story. That's why it's important to understand the concept. Without knowing what a character is doing at every moment, we cannot begin to articulate the story for our audiences. Without seeing the dimension of individual actions in each moment of the play, the audience will miss the important nuances that make the story and the characters compelling. So that's why we have to find the units when we analyze the plays, and that's why we have to identify the actions of each line that every character speaks. Because as directors, we have to know what's going on. A good exercise for you to try when you're watching other people is to try to label what one person is doing to the other, despite what they may be saying to each other. Is person X seducing person Y? Is person Y humiliating person X? Does person X now try to impress person Y? Does person Y reject person X? They could be doing all those things while talking about the weather. It's fun. Try it sometimes. Dramatic writing includes this kind of action, sentence by sentence, line by line. And all of those actions lead to and support each character's scene goal, each character's act goal, and super objective for the entire story. And all the actions taken together articulate the many points that make up a highly textured and nuanced story. Understanding this helps you tell the story and helps the audience see and appreciate the story. It's hard work, but so is chiseling stone. Art takes time, skill, and a lot of effort.